Hello guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel DevOps Tech Stack, where I'm sharing all the knowledge from scratch to become a DevOps engineer. I hope you all are doing good. In this video, you will learn all about Git with practical demo. Before this, don't forget to watch my video on GitHub in this playlist. If you like the video, do comment and subscribe to the channel. Git is basically a version control system. So what is version control system? Actually, nowadays, any software development wouldn't be possible without version control systems. The whole environment depends on the cooperation of teams working on different features at the same time, and version control allows you to make it easy to work. Git is an open source distributed version control system, which makes easy to track, organize, and control changes over the source code to avoid confusion for large application development projects. Git actually allows multiple team members to work on the same project and push code at the same time. Now, what do I mean by distributed version control system? It actually allows you to bring a local copy of the complete repository to every team member's computer so that they can commit, branch, and merge locally all the changes related to their features. Open source because it is publicly accessible and anybody can use it. All developers share the code stored in the repository, work on it independently, and the code is merged back together to push the project forward. All developers share the code, store their code in the repository, work on that particular feature independently, and the code is merged back together to push the project forward. Now we will focus on the three terms, that is working area, staging area, and repository. The first is a working area. It is basically where you keep all the files locally in your local directory. Second is the staging area, which stores the file that are going to be part of your next commit. I will show these things in demo also. The last one is the repository, which contains all the changes. It includes the files and directories related to your project, the history of changes, or any other related information. Here we have two types of repositories, that is the local and remote repository. I will come to this in the later point of the video. In short, we add files from the working area to the staging area, and then we commit from the staging area to the repository, what I am showing in this particular diagram. I hope now at this point you are clear about the concept behind Git. Now we will continue with the demo part. For demo, I have created an Amazon EC2 machine and connected to that particular machine. If you don't know how to create EC2 machines in AWS, you can watch one of my video for same. I will provide the link in description. Select this particular machine, click on the connect option, and then you need to just copy this particular command to log in into that machine with SSH option. Here I am using DEVOPS1.pem key to connect with this particular machine. So make sure you are into the same directory where your DEVOPS1.pem key is placed. Now you just need to copy this particular command, enter the command over here, click enter. It is asking whether you want to continue or not. You just click yes. And now as you can see, we are into this particular machine and now we are connected with the EC2 user. So the very first thing which we will check is whether Git is installed in this particular machine or not. For that, we will enter the command git -x. As you can see, Git is not installed in this particular machine. Now to install Git, we will switch to the root user and then using the yum package manager, we will install Git. Again, if you don't know what is package manager, you can check my video link, which will be provided in description. So the very first thing is that we need to log in as a root user. To log in as a root user, we need to enter the command sudo su hyphen. Su is for the super user. Now, as you can see that we are logged in as a root user and now we can install any software. For now, we will install Git. For that, we need to enter the command yum install Git. It is asking whether you want to continue with these operations or not. So we need to click yes. Now finally, as we can see, once that command is ran successfully, we need to see if we have Git installed or not now. As you can see, now git -h command is working fine on this particular machine. So git -h is like a helper command. It will give all the various options that are available with the Git commands. We will look into few of them in this particular video. Now the next step is to create a private repo in GitHub and clone that particular repo in AWS EC2 machine. Let's go to my GitHub account. This is my GitHub account. Here I need to create a private repo so that we can see how the authentication method works in the Git. Let's give it some name. Git-demo. Again, I'm creating it as a private one because public one anyone can access, but we want to see the authentications. So we need to create a private repo. Click on create a new repository. And you just have created one particular repo, that is Git-demo. Now we need to clone this particular repo into our EC2 machine. How to do that? We have the HTTPS link to clone the repo that we can find over here. Okay, HTTPS. We need to just copy this particular command. And in order to clone that particular repo onto my EC2 machine, I just need to hit the git clone command. What does this git clone command does? It actually copy the repo from GitHub to our local machine. So in our case, our local machine is the EC2 instance. I will just clear this. First, we will exit out of the root user. And now we are logged in with our EC2 user. We will first see in which particular directory we are. So we are inside the home EC2 user. This is the default directory for the EC2 user. Now we need to hit the command git clone, and the link which we have copied from here, we just need to paste over here. Sorry. Copy again, paste it. Now it is asking what is the username for this GitHub account. So I will enter my username, that is Kritika-Git. You can see the username over here, that is Kritika-Git. Hit enter. Then it is asking for the password. I will enter my password. Now, as you can see, it is saying that authentication is failed for that particular GitHub account. So to overcome this issue, we need to configure the credentials for the Git login using the git config command. Okay. So the very first thing is to set git config username, and then we will set the git config password. Let's try to do that. Okay. Git config -- global user.name, and again we will pass the username, that is Kritika-Git. And this way we have finally set the username for this particular GitHub account. Now we need to set the password. For password, again just the same command, and here just we will user.password, and here we will enter the password. Again the trick comes, like previously we can enter directly the Git password over here, but now with the latest versions of Git we need to enter the token over here for security reason. So to again generate the token, we can follow a link. I will share that link also in the description. Now let's see how to do that. So this is the particular link which I am telling now. How to generate a personal token to access the GitHub account, or to clone any repo, or to push any changes to your GitHub account, anything like that. Okay. It is asking to go to the settings option. Go to settings. Okay. After that, we need to go to the developer options, developer settings. After that, we need to go into the generate fine-grained tokens. Now here we need to click on generate new token. Give some token name. Let's say Git-demo. We need to set the expiration date. After that, the token will automatically be expired. So click on custom. I will just give tomorrow's date. Okay. After that, it will not work. This token will not work. After that, who is the resource owner? I am the resource owner. After that, I just need to give for particular repository. For my case, I am giving permission for Git-demo because that particular repository currently we are working. We need to give what kind of permission we want to give for this particular user, that is Kritika-Git. I want to give all the access administration. I will give read and write. Then commit status, this one I will give. Content, I can do commit, I can release, everything I can do. After that, I can create issues also in this particular repo. Then we can create any PR in this particular repo. These kind of all the demos I will try to show in this particular video, so it should be fine. After that, click on the generate token. Now we have got this particular token. We need to copy this Now we will configure the Git credentials in my Amazon EC2 machine. For that, we will first enter this command git config username. After that, we need to set the password, and here we can pass the same token over here. Okay. Copy the token, paste over here, enter. Now again, we will try to clone that repo. It is asking for the username, that is kritika-git. Sorry. And then the password will be the same token. Hit enter. And now, as you can see, finally we are able to clone this particular repo. Once you do ls, you will see that git-demo is cloned into my local machine. Now we can add any file, commit any changes, modify any file, all those things we can create in this particular branch from our local EC2 machine. So whenever any of the developer modify the actual code, they need to create their own branch for development purpose so that it won't create bug or conflict in the main project. So the master is actual branch, that is the initial branch, and then developer create their own branch for their changes using the git checkout option. Okay. Now see how to do that. Currently we are inside the repo. Here we can enter the git branch command. As you can see here, it is not showing any result because our repo is currently empty. Nothing is saved in that particular repo. Let's try to create our own branch, that is git checkout -b and some name test, or for now our is the first branch, so we will create that as a master branch. Okay. Now we have switched to a new branch, that is master. Now let's create a new file with some random name, that is vi git demo.txt. Enter. Go in the insert mode. To go into that insert mode, we will hit I. Now we, as you can see, we are in the insert mode, and then we can enter any command. After that, hit the options shift escape colon WQ to save and exit. Okay. And now you can see that we have these particular lines in this particular text file. Now we want to commit this particular file onto our repo. Right. So the very first thing is to run the command git add. So it will add all your changes to the next commit. Okay. If we do git add dot, whatever changes are there in this particular folder, everything will be committed. If you want to just commit a particular file like this file, so instead of dot, you can give git demo.txt also. Okay. Now this particular file is being saved, means in the next commit, this particular file will be committed. Okay. Now to see what all files will be included in the next commit, or what all changes will be included in the next commit, we need to enter the command git status. As you can see, it is asking you that this new file gitdemo.txt, what we created just now, will be committed in the next commit. Okay. So to commit all the local changes, we need to use the git commit option. Git commit and then -m for any message, just a random file for testing. Okay. As you can see now that this one file is changed, one insertion we have done in this particular repo. Okay. Now the next command is git log. What does this do? It will show all the commit history starting from the newest commit. Like currently we have just committed one changes, that is random file for test. So git log is just showing that particular change. Now to push your changes, we need to enter the command git push origin and then the branch name, that is master. Again, it is asking for the username, that is kritika-git, and then your password. So the password is this particular token. Hit enter. And now as you can see, this particular changes have been pushed onto your remote repo. How to verify that? We need to go inside our repo. This is git-demo. Refresh this page. And now as you can see, we have the master branch where our changes related to git demo has been pushed. Okay. Also, whenever you generate the token, make sure you are copying this particular token for your use. Okay. Because after that, you can't see this, as you can see here. Make sure to copy your personal access token now, as you will not be able to see this again. Okay. The very first change in our repo has been done and pushed to the main branch, that is the master. After that, if we want any enhancement in this repo, we can create our own branch, and again we can push the changes in that particular branch. And if all the changes, all the testing looks fine in that particular branch, then we can merge that branch to the main branch, that is master. We will keep this master as the base branch. Here all the working or running code will be placed. Okay. Also now, after the very first commit onto this repo, we can see whatever branches are there in that particular repo. For now, it is just showing that it is having the master branch. Let's try to add some enhancement in this particular repo by creating a new branch. This time I'm creating a new branch, that is git checkout -b test. Okay, this is the new branch. Now, if you enter git branch, you can see that currently our head is pointing to the test branch instead of the master branch. Okay. Let's again create a new file, that is touch demo2.txt. Touch is actually used to create an empty file in the Linux. Enter. Now, as you can see, we have the new file demo2.txt. So now git status is showing that one untracked file is placed in this particular repo. To add this particular file, again git add dot. Now if you run git status, it will show that this will be committed in the next commit. After that, run the git commit -m for message, and then the any message like testing m. Okay. After this, we need to push this change onto our remote repo. So for that, we need to hit the command git push origin test. This is the branch name. We'll push it. Again, we need to enter the username and then our token. This is our token. Paste it. And as you can see, now our new branch has been created, that is test. Okay. Refresh this and you will see that test had pushed new changes. You can see now we have two branches, that is master and test, what we created just now. Even you can open the link from here also, or you can see here also that now it is asking you that new changes have been pushed into the test branch. So you need to create a pull request. You can see here we have the message that this test branch had pushed few of the new changes onto this repo. You can create a pull request. What is pull request? It is a mechanism where the developer try to notify its team member that they have completed a feature. Other team members can review that particular changes, and if everything looks fine, they can merge that particular change with the main branch, that is the master. Let's click on the compare and pull request, and here you can give the description. What is why this pull request you have raised. I have just given testing. Now click on create pull request. So once you have created the pull request, your review team will review those code changes, and if everything looks fine, they will approve your changes, and then you can merge this pull request with the main branch, that is the master branch. Okay. For now, we are not going into deep of how the testing will be performed on your code changes. Like behind the scene, we can configure the Jenkins CI/CD pipeline that will fetch your code and run test cases over there. But for now, we are not doing those steps, and as you can see, all the changes have been confirmed. Everything looks fine. We can just click on the merge pull request. Click here, confirm merge. Now it is saying that pull request is successfully merged and closed. If you want, you can delete your test branch. So I will delete my particular branch, delete branch, and again go to the main repo. And now as you can see, we have all these two files on the main branch, that is the master branch. This is the main branch where your working code in production will be placed, and all other features will be implemented in other branches. Developer will create their own branch and they will work on top of it. Okay. Again, as we have seen how to merge the code changes from the UI, but if there is a conflict, then that conflict we need to resolve from our local machine. That I will show in the next lecture. I hope you liked today's video. Do like, share, and subscribe for more such videos. Thank you all for watching.